BulkLoads Podcast, your number one resource for everything bulk freight trucking.
All right, that's the concept.
I got Zach Curry here with me. Zach, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So
pleasure.
We're at Matt's Mid-America Truck Show 2024. Zach has graciously let us demo or put a show rig here at the booth, and this has been incredible.
Yeah, it's got a lot of traction. That's for sure.
We had the booth here last year, and I mean we've had double the foot traffic
Really?
with this rig. And I know Joe's going to get some footage on here for you all to see, kind of the outside of this. But Zach, talk about like, what was the idea of like, give us the beginning of how this even started to even get a show rig to where you are today.
Well, we started back in 2020. Started with one rig. We have a farming operation, and it was, I needed a truck to run on the farm. And then we started with another local company and just slowly grew every year. And we were fortunate enough during COVID. I mean, rates were great. Everything was running. We met some good local companies and just kind of expanded from there.
What was the idea with though? This is truck, and this is not a like.
Oh, what started this truck?
Yeah, this truck specifically. This is not a cheap truck. I don't want to say like this is a high class.
Yeah. Well, I bought this truck. And one of the deals with buying it, the person I bought it from said they would take it and have the frame. The frame was a little bit rusty. So that's where I met James Stiegel, the builder of the shop. So we started with the frame, just going to spray over and paint it. And then it ended up, we said, let's take the bolts out of the frame and shave the frame, make the frame look slick. And then it was, let's add some lights. And let's add this. And then before you know it, we got a full-blown truck. It was down for 8 months. We debuted it here at Matt's last year.
And then, you all won several awards, all right?
Yes.
Well, what did you guys win?
We took second place in working class bobtail here last year, which was insane. And then we won the Troy Huddleston Award last year here. Yeah, we were sitting there at the award ceremony, never intended to win it. The very first award of the day was the Troy Huddleston, and they called my number, and my dad was like, "Hey, that's you." So I mean, it was neat. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, that's awesome. Talk about a little bit, our podcast, we have thousands of listeners, thousands of subscribers. I mean, this truck show, I know a lot of guys go around and visit. I would say, probably not all, but I mean, some of these people, like, it's a dream to have a truck like this one day. I mean, there's guys that are working on that, and maybe they're even a company driver, and one of these days, I'm going to own my own business, I'm going to have a show truck like that. But talk about kind of the process of really starting that. Like, what's it like? You don't just like all of a sudden like, hey, I'm going to do this and spend all this money like this. There's a big process to get set up.
It's
and
definitely a big commitment, financial commitment to be able to do this. I mean, we've been very fortunate, with plus having the farming operation and the trucks. I mean, it wasn't like I was wasn't starving my company trying to build the truck. And it was, like I said, it's definitely takes a lot of time, a lot of effort to get here where we're at. I mean, this truck's super nice, but this truck also has to work to make its own payments too. Well,
I'm glad you mentioned that because, this doesn't go home and sit in the garage, sit in the shed.
No.
This thing's working every day.
Yes. This truck worked all winter. Literally, we shut the truck down 3 weeks ago and got it this clean to get here.
You were showing me that video. I think you had it on TikTok. Which, if you haven't, what's your TikTok channel?
MKC Hauling.
You have a huge following for what everybody says. I'm not on TikTok, but. This truck works all the time, but you showed me a video of the stack getting bent. Talk about that.
Yeah, we had a driver at we were hauling grain for Pioneer, and a farmer, I guess, wasn't paying attention, swung around with an unload auger and literally bent the stack. It was kind of an ordeal, but hey, it happens.
Yeah,
it's part of the game. It's part of work. I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it makes you show like this is a real working truck.
This is not a truck that sits in the garage. Like I said, it works every day. We haul grain with it. Like I said, it was pulled a hopper in and out dirt fields. I mean, it definitely earns its keep.
Hey guys, Jared Flynn here. I just want to show you our 4th Semi-Sam book. Semi-Sam goes to the truck show We know it is truck show season. It's just kicking up with the Mid-America Truck Show, and there's going to be a bunch this summer. We thought we'd do a children's book talking specifically about truck shows, and it's got just great life lessons in here. If you have a son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter, niece, nephew, anyone that would love this, these are available on Amazon, or if you're a member of BulkLoads and you'd like one, I would love to send you one for free. Again, Semi-Sam Goes to the Truck Show. Check it out on Amazon or contact us for a book. Thank you so much, and God bless. I met your wife last night. She's here today with your daughter. I know you got some kids back at home. But talk about the family aspect of this, because like you all are going to different shows. Talked about the Perryville show. What's the schedule look like on this truck being at truck shows for people to see?
We're going to try to go to a few different shows this year. We're going to go hit all of our local shows. We got Sykeston coming up. Then we'll go to Perryville. Went to Texas to Troy Massey show, which he's here today advertising it. We're going to go to Riggs on the Run, which is kind of close to y'all in Miami, Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, just right down the road.
That one. Really want to go to Mount Airy to the Bottomley. They've got a big truck show out there. Want to go to that one. So it's going to go. We're going to make our rounds with it this year. And it's cool because we do it as a family.
Yeah.
Like my girls come to all the truck shows. They all have their MKC shirts on. You always see us. My wife be pushing the wagon full of kids.
Well, as I say, you got this wagon, you got lights on the wagon. I mean, you guys are set up for the shows.
You can definitely tell, like, their favorite part's the light show. So they'll wear all their glow necklaces, and their wagon has full lights on it. Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
Actually, the name of the company comes from my girls. Like, my first daughter, MKC, what it stands for is Mabry K. Curry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then we had my second daughter, was named Keely, so it went with her, Mabry Keely Curry. And I tried to get my wife to name our third girl with a C, but she wasn't going for it.
Is this, for people, I mean, obviously this is a passion, this is your hobby. You have a huge following now, people watching the stuff. Like, are there ways you can monetize doing this stuff? Like with the truck shows and all that? I mean, I know you're winning, but like, I know there's some of these people, obviously it's the biggest hobby, but like, I mean, obviously you get a big enough following, like there's ways, sponsorships, stuff like that. Are you looking for, are you trying to do any of that, or have you?
We don't have any sponsors. I mean, this is all just done. I mean, it's fun for me. I mean, we have like I said, there's no sponsors. I mean, we have a lot of people that help us out for sure.
Yep.
Like James, my polish guy who does all my polishing. I mean, Midnight Shine, which is great. If you ever need a polisher, he's your guy. I mean, we use a lot of, like, Shift come down. We have Shift vendors. They come down and talk to the truck. Super cool to have their products on. Who else we have?
And just going around, I mean, I don't know how many hundreds, or maybe, these show trucks that are outside here too. I'm sure you've gotten to meet a lot of other owners of some of these other trucks. Talk about that, some of these relationships maybe you built, or some of these other people.
It's neat. Like, he looked up to a lot of these people, like the Troy Masters of the world. He built tons of show trucks. I mean, and to be able to actually get to meet those guys, like coming from a small town, never even had a truck up until 5 years ago. We built this one, and look where it's got us. I mean, it's neat.
Yeah. Well, a couple other questions I'll have, like, talk about the future landscape. Do you see you all having another truck, or do you see you all getting rid of this truck, selling this truck, and building another one, or have you thought that much far ahead as far as?
We're gonna do this one more year. We're gonna take it this year around, and I think we're gonna try to debut another truck maybe late 2025. We got some ideas we're working on, gonna change it up. This one will go right back to work again, full time.
Yeah, cool. I know a lot of our audience is gonna know, but just talk about the model style of this truck and some of the things that you've done just to customize it.
It's definitely blue.
Definitely blue.
It's definitely blue. We got, everything's blue. This truck, it's a glider kit, so it doesn't take any of the def. I mean, it's got a 99 model Signature Series 600 in it, which is neat. You see a lot of these guys that, they still run def, and so that's one thing we like about this one. It's neat. And what else have we done? It speaks for itself.
How long is this thing stretched out to?
282. It's not stretched, actually.
Oh, this is okay. That's wow.
This truck used to have a lift axle, which makes it why it's so long. They took the lift axle off.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Cool. Man, this thing's beautiful. This is, I mean, it's just like I started going to truck shows maybe 6-7 years ago as we got BulkLoads going, and now like I don't know, there's just, I think all of us, especially men as boys, like you go to you see these trucks and it's like a kid in a candy store, just appreciating that. Talk about MKC really quick, your business. You guys running 7 trucks?
We actually run 10 trucks.
Or 10 trucks. Yep. You guys have been members on BulkLoads since 2017. Yep. Based out of Sikeston, Missouri.
Yep.
You guys run primarily
I think I hauled my first load for my company through BulkLoads, actually.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah. So in MKC, we have 10 trucks. I mean, they're all nice trucks. We have super good drivers. They take very good care of our stuff. And that's what makes the company, is your employees.
Yeah, absolutely.
We try to make it as much as a family as possible. And like I said, that's why I'm a huge family guy. So I want my company to feel as much as a family as what I get at home.
Yeah. Yeah, and I met one of your drivers. He's with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
It's cool. We always try to go. I have another driver coming tomorrow, and usually I take them. If they want to go to truck shows and show their rides off, hey, let's go. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
We went. I took several of them to Rantoul last year in Illinois and down to Texas, and it's fun. It's fun to do as a company.
That's awesome.
Plus, it takes a group effort to get them clean.
Yeah. You mentioned Michael Tillman. You went to school with him. A lot of our podcast listeners, Michael's been on our podcast. Actually, he did our Super Bowl commercial. Really encourage you to go back and watch that podcast. It was a really cool one, how they've expanded the business. But yeah, you went to high school with him. It's kind of cool, like to see like where you are now, his business growing. I mean, it's like
his business is really growing quite a lot here lately.
Yeah,
but it's neat. I mean, Michael's family's always kind of been in the trucking, and it was. Well, I mean, he's always been there, and I never would have dreamed when I was in high school that this is what I'd be in the same shoes. And it's neat.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Zach, thank you so much. Number one, for taking the time to bring this truck over here. I mean, a lot of time and commitment and cost on your end to bring it here and allow us to showcase it in the BulkLoads booth. Again, thousands of people have come by this. I mean, the pictures and videos that people are taking. I mean, this has just been a windfall. I mean, as far as getting people by here, we've actually had a lot of new people we've met. I think just because of the attraction of the new truck. So, man, thank you so much for taking the time.
They had it's got a nice stereo system. So yesterday, everybody had the stereo on. That's what I think they're hoping for here in a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully we can turn this after the podcast.
We got to get the batteries charged back up. The batteries ran down yesterday, so we had to get a new battery charger. So it should be ready to go.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for coming on the BulkLoads Podcast. God bless you. Yep. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I was also going to ask you about your convention coming up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I forget. Yeah, so, we're a month out, April 26th to the 28th. I think we've convinced you maybe to have the truck there. We're crossing our fingers. It'll be displayed out front at the Bass Pro Convention Center. But, April 26th to the 28th, Bulk Freight Conference, man. We want to see you there. We're getting down to the wire. We're getting tickets are selling fast, so if you haven't yet, buy your tickets. We'll be there. Last year was a phenomenal time. It's going to be awesome this year. We'll be there. So, man, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, what all topics are going to be discussed?
Yeah, it's going to be everything. So, we'll have, 4 or 5 different panels, everything from, you name it, the rates, freight brokers, loads, technology. So it's going to be action-packed. I think our goal is this year, we're going to have more panels. We realize more people want to hear discussions, debates. We know there's a plethora of issues going on and things we can debate about. We want to see you there. I know a lot of people, it's tough to make that kind of time and commitment, but it'll be worth you. It'll be worth your while. It'll pay dividends to come. Definitely be there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to being there.
Awesome. Hey, thanks again for coming on, man.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.